Hi there! Maureen Antonino here from Control Intelligence. Today I want to show you how to use date and time functions inside Microsoft Excel. So for this whole video would be the 5 functions, which are specifically the today function, the now function, the time function, the workday function, and the date diff function. I'm going to show you how these functions work and then together with a formula to even get them to do more. So I'm going to start off this tutorial just simply with some simple functions and dates, and then I'll show you some more advanced things too. Now with this worksheet, if you want to follow along, there is a link for you. Now Microsoft Excel made it easier for us through the use of its functions, and my tip here is to be able to know which is the right function to be used. First, today function. Entering the equal sign today, then closing the parenthesis, is now giving us the date of today, and when you open the specific worksheet tomorrow, then the date placed here would be the date for tomorrow. Now you just made yourself a dynamic date. Let's just try some simple formulas. Now, let's say hypothetically, my birthday was December 9, and I want to know how many days until my birthday. You can just create a formula using subtraction. If I go ahead and put equals here, and so we're starting a formula, I click on this cell right here, and I go ahead and minus, so I went to click the further one out first, and then minus this cell, and then you can see it's 56. When I open up this spreadsheet tomorrow, this would be October 15, and this would automatically adjust to 55 because this first one is dynamic and it would change for it. Now, if I wanted to add something, I'll go to this cell reference, here's the cell, and I want to have a bill due after a person purchased it, and then we'll say that the grace period is 30 days out. So what I'm going to do is I'll start another formula. I'm going to say equals, and we'll just go to this top one again. I'm going to reference this cell, then add a grace period, then click enter. You can see it adjusted 30 days. To be able to predict the time now is you can quickly insert equals, now, then end the parentheses. Now, I know that there might be conflict with this, that only the date appeared, not the time. So to solve that, you go to Format Cells, then go to Time to adjust it. We also have shortcuts for date and time. So for date, we have Control plus semicolon. Then for time is Control plus Shift plus semicolon. And you have the time. So those are some simple things with time and date. Now let me show you some advanced ones that you can do. Let's type in our now function. Let's say we want to add a half day to this or 12 hours. We can simply do a formula indicating this based on this time. So if I use equal sign, then click on this cell, then add 0.5 for half a day. Now hit enter, then you'll see this is 12 hours ahead on this one. Now we want to be more specific. So starting the formula with equals, then click back to this cell, plus time, then we'll follow along. So let's say 5 hours, 29 minutes, then 0 seconds. With closing the parentheses, hit enter, then you can see now it jumped 5 hours and 29 minutes ahead. Also remember, any changes to the worksheet will automatically adjust itself here in time and date functions if you correctly inserted the formulas. Another cool function is the workday. Now I want to know when is 30 work days from a certain time, so I typed in November 1st. We can calculate this with or without holidays in it. First, without a holiday. Now looking on top, if you look under the tabs and you look under formulas, there's all these date and timelines right here. So I could click down and take a look at all the different ones here. But if I go to Workday right here and just click on this, I get this dialog box of the arguments that I want to put in. Well, I just put November 1st here, and I'm going to click on it. So that's the start date, B6. How many days am I looking at? Let's say 30 days, 30 work days. When will the date be? So then you can see that 30 work days from November 1st would be December 13th. Now let's say if I wanted to do with the holidays again, if I wanted, I could do just type equals work day or go back to date and time and go up here. So my start date is here, 30 days again is here. This time I'm going to add holiday, so I wrote them over here. So these are the two holidays that in November I'm going to highlight them like this, so you can see it gave that range. I hit OK, and now it's December 15th. So they took these as holidays and now it changed the date. So that's just pointing out a work day, counting work days for you, and also making sure that you see under formulas you have all these different ones that you can use. The last function I want to show you today is one you're not going to find on this list, and that is date diff. And date diff can calculate the difference, whether it be days, months, or years, between two different dates, and I want to show you how that works. So I'm going to start with the formula in this cell here, date diff, and you got to make sure you start with the equal sign. So I'm going to type date diff like this, and I'm going to go ahead and start it. If I click on this, this will give me some help on the left hand side to kind of show you the argument description and the units to use. But how it works is if I click on this first date where it says December 2nd, 2020, and then I just put a comma and I click on the second date and put another comma, what I can do is then just in quotation marks put D for day, that's the unit, and make sure you have it in quotation marks and then enter, and you get the days now. You can do the same thing for months, so go ahead and start it and try to put date diff like this and start it up and click on the first one, comma, second one like this, and then making sure that you have the M for month and end it, and you get 10 months. And you can do the same thing on with the year, just putting the Y in there, and you'll see that it will come up as a 0 on it because it's not a full year. So I hope you like these different tips in how to use date and time functions in Microsoft Excel. Hopefully you were able to learn even just a little bit to be able to adjust easier in knowing Microsoft Excel. Again, this is Maureen Antonino from Control Intelligence that just showed you how to use the date and time functions in Microsoft Excel. See you on the next video.